Okay, so now we're gonna get into some strategies that just a few that help with the issue of child abuse. And in the outline for the this final project, there was actually, I believe, 18 or so strategies that I found in the book that can relate to trying to reduce the number of offenders, and that relate offenders like child abuse offenders. But I'm not gonna go through all of those because that would take way too long. So I think I just picked out the ones that I believe are most important and that would make the biggest impact. So I'm just gonna go through those now. So now I've so we have the quote from the book on the screen, which says that it's one of the strategies. It says reduce reliance on imprisonment and put more emphasis on community correction. So, as it gives an explanation in the book, this is actually supposed to be focused more on smaller offenders, and I believe that that could also like stuff as like someone who vandalizes stuff within the community or stuff like that. But anyway, I also believe that when reading this, the first thing I thought of was offenders that are within communities that are close knit in communities, because this is very, very, very common. That if in the case of child abusers, that if they were they were in jail while they came out and all these things were going on within the community, like they were getting the right psychological help, they were getting put through therapy and all of this after they were out of jail and back into the community, that this would actually help a lot, and that this would be able to change the way that this child offender thinks or the way that they act, so that it could steer them away from being the way that they were before prison and in prison. Because if they're just put right into prison and there's no rehabilitation or very little and not being helped, like I said before with the tertiary approach, the slide before this, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna benefit them. So you might as well not even put them in prison, because they're just gonna become a repeat offender, even if you take them off the streets for a little bit and get them away from children. Well, when they come back out, it's just gonna be the same exact thing. So I believe that the strategy of reducing the imprisonment and putting more of the emphasis on the community first, that maybe we can even stop an offender before they become an offender. So this could really benefit the community as a whole. So I actually on the slide included two of the strategies because I believe that both of them tie into each other and they both can kind of relate in the same way. So this one says that we should make prisons and jails smaller, reduce the overcrowding, and improve the decrepit prisons and jail conditions. So when I read in the book, it said that the jails actually could make offenders more violent and push them to be even worse than they were before they even entered the prison. So, like I said before, if these offenders are already violent, they're child abusers before they come in, and they're in prison, they're not getting any help or any of that, they're going to become worse. They're going to be pushed by the other prisoners that are maybe more violent than them, and it's just going to make them worse over time. So, with better programs inside of prisons, maybe, which goes along with the improvement of the jail conditions and the decrepit prisons, that with better programs inside of the prisons, child abuse offenders may be able to switch their attitudes towards the world and even their conscience. So this would benefit everyone, and by the time that they got out, that they would have a better outlook.